let us start off. They've waited long enough. I've waited long enough. I want to hear the picks. Okay, Liverpool against Newcastle. Liverpool 1.17, Newcastle 23. Liverpool, I have to say, the only team to pick up all 12 points over 4 games. They're still priced about 3.75 to win the Premier League. I know it's incredibly early. Should we consider them for the title?
Well, you can consider them. They're the only viable option away from probably the winners will be Man City because of the squad. And obviously they've got to play each other. So, listen, if you're a Liverpool fan, you're going to take that price. For me, Liverpool are the only viable team that can basically come anywhere near Man City. So it's a great... it's a great set of odds if you do fancy them, but for me, I'd still stay with Man City.
Yeah. Do you think, though, come Christmas, obviously Christmas is when we take a look at the outrights again to win the Premier League. Do you see much changing with those odds, Martin? If somebody were thinking of getting a bit of value on Liverpool now, is now the time, or is it just best waiting until Christmas?
I'd say back them now, yeah, because I think they'll have a strong winter. Man City obviously had Aymeric Laporte injured in their last game. Bit of a defensive crisis going on there. They didn't replace Vincent Kompany in the summer, so they could have to play Fernandinho at the back alongside Otamendi. I think they'll concede goals this season. They're going to blow teams away going forwards, but I think Liverpool will certainly keep pace with them until Christmas. And I think the odds on Liverpool will decrease in the weeks ahead. So if you fancy them to win the title, I'd suggest getting on them sooner rather than later. Yeah, I think it's going to be a really interesting 2-horse race once again. Man City probably will just about prove stronger, but Liverpool are great in every department, especially defensively. If they get their luck with injuries, if Van Dijk gets injured, they might really struggle. But otherwise, I think they could go on and win the title this year. Yeah.
The problem is they had an armchair ride last year with injuries. And then what are they, 8, 9, 10 points clear of Man City, and they still didn't win the league. And that's why the bookies are taking the stance that they're taking. It's because they're only, 3 or 4 ahead of, what are they ahead of them at the moment? 2 points ahead of Man City at the moment. So you know that they came back from 10 points behind, so 2 points is absolutely nothing.
Apparently we've got to call Martin back. He's got a bad lip sync. So we're going to call you back, Martin. Are you going to call him back now, Rafa? Maybe not. All right, we will continue. So Gary said here, the question is will Newcastle score? I think that's a really good question. Newcastle obviously have scored in every match. Liverpool have kept us 1 clean sheet. I wouldn't play both teams to score bet. I was looking at Liverpool over 2.5 goals, but there was no value. Do you think? I just don't think you can rule out Newcastle not scoring.
No, I am ruling out Newcastle not scoring. Yeah, I was really impressed with them when they went to Tottenham, and it was a rearguard action, and Tottenham had an off day, and they end up winning 1-0. Then I go with Newcastle at home to Watford, and they were shockingly poor. I mean, the amount of goal scoring opportunities. Being at home against a side who are bottom of the league and pointless, I thought they were poor. I'm going with Liverpool to win to 0 at 1.8. I think that's really good value.
No, I don't know.
I can't go with Newcastle. I expect Newcastle to have 7, 8, 9 men behind the ball, and Liverpool break them down. I was even going to go with Newcastle draw at half time, but Liverpool come out of the traps. And I don't see Newcastle troubling them. I really don't. So 1.8, Liverpool win to 0.
Oh, I don't know about that one. Martin, what do you think? Liverpool win to 0.
I am singing from the exact same hymn sheet there, Natalie. Yeah, I think Newcastle will be pegged back. They play with a back 5 anyway, and 2 holding midfielders in front of their central defenders. So that's already going to be 7 men behind the ball. I don't think they're forwards are going to get a great deal of joy in this one. We've seen some great games between these two teams since the Premier League began. Lots of 4-3s and really exciting matches. But I'm not sure this will be one of them. I think this will be another case of Liverpool dominance. Not particularly impressed with Newcastle this season. Apart from that game against Tottenham, they've been poor. I think Liverpool win this one in a controlled fashion. So I'm also going Liverpool to win to 0. And odds of 1.8 to 1.85 on that.
Well, I'm looking Liverpool -2 on the Asian handicap.
Wow.
I am worried.
Wow.
Why wow?
Well, because there's...
So if they win by 2 goals, I'll get my money back. If they win by 3, you guys think it's winning to 0.
Okay,
I don't
so
know.
it's a free bet.
I think be careful of that Newcastle goal. I'm saying it here.
No, I think that if you ask me what I thought the correct score is, I think it will be 2-0. Remember, they've got Champions League kicks off next week.
Exactly.
Or over the next couple of weeks. No, I can't see Newcastle scoring. I think 1.8 is quite safe.
All right. So there we go.
-2 Asian handicap looks good as well. Looks good.
Thanks, Martin.